Welcome back to English Podcast Time, everyone. I'm Mark.
And I'm Deb, and we're so glad you could join us for, episode 9, Mark.
That's right, Deb, episode 9. And today we're diving into something super practical for everyday English conversation. We're talking about how to say, I'm hungry in, well, smarter, more natural ways.
Exactly, because let's be honest, I'm hungry is perfectly fine, grammatically correct, but it's also a little bit boring, wouldn't you say? It's just so repetitive.
It is, and in real-life English, you hear native speakers using all sorts of vivid phrases, idioms, and really expressive language to describe that feeling of hunger. So to sound more fluent, more natural, it's really time to upgrade that vocabulary.
Absolutely. So let's jump right into some smarter vocabulary, alternatives to just, I'm hungry. First up, a classic, I'm starving.
Oh, I'm starving. That's a strong one, right? It really conveys that you're beyond just hungry, you're like really hungry. Like, I haven't eaten all day, I'm starving.
Yeah, it means you're extremely hungry. Another good one that's a bit more formal but still very natural is I'm famished. Have you heard that one often, Mark?
Famished is great. It's elegant, I think. You know, you might hear it in a slightly more formal context, maybe at a nice dinner, but it just means the same thing. Very, very hungry. Similar to I'm ravenous.
Yes, ravenous is another powerful synonym for extremely hungry. You know, like you're so hungry you could eat anything in sight. And then we have a more descriptive one. My stomach is growling.
That's very common, especially if you want to be a bit humorous about it, right? You know, you're sitting in a quiet meeting and suddenly, oh, excuse me, my stomach is growling. Everyone understands immediately.
Yeah, it's a great way to physically describe what's happening. And then there's the classic idiom, I could eat a horse.
I could eat a horse. This one is so common, and it doesn't mean you literally want to eat a horse, of course. It just means you're incredibly, unbelievably hungry. You feel like you could consume an enormous amount of food.
Right. It's an exaggeration, a figurative phrase. And then a bit more casual, especially for, when you're just looking for a snack, I've got the munchies.
The munchies. That one often implies wanting snack food, doesn't it? Like chips, cookies, something less of a full meal. You just have a craving for something to nibble on.
Exactly. It's a casual way to say you're a bit hungry and looking for a snack. And then a really common suggestion, let's grab a bite.
Let's grab a bite. That's not saying you're hungry per se, but it's an action-oriented phrase, right? It means let's go get something to eat. It's very, very common for suggesting a meal.
Yeah, it's a direct invitation to eat. And then back to expressing extreme hunger, we have I'm dying of hunger.
Oh, I'm dying of hunger. Similar to I'm starving, it's an over-the-top expression, but it really gets the point across. You're not literally dying, but you feel that way because you're so hungry.
So those are some great alternatives. Now let's talk about idioms and other figurative phrases that describe hunger or food desire, which are often a bit more nuanced. We already touched on I could eat a horse, meaning you're very, very hungry.
And then there's my mouth is watering. This one's usually when food looks or smells delicious, right? Like, oh, that pizza smells amazing. My mouth is watering. It's not necessarily that you're ravenous, but that the food is incredibly appealing.
Exactly. It's a reaction to appetizing food. And then a very versatile one, I'm craving something. This means you want a very specific food, like I'm craving pizza right now, or I'm craving something sweet.
That's really precise. It's not just hunger, it's a specific desire. And similar to that is, I've got a hankering for. This also means you want something to eat, often something specific, but it can be more general too. I've got a hankering for some comfort food tonight.
Right. It's a strong desire and urge. So those are really great ways to express yourself more vividly. Now, let's quickly go over what not to say. Common mistakes that can make you sound impolite or just a bit off.
Yeah, first off, I'm hangry. Now, this is a real word. It means angry because you're hungry, but avoid it in formal settings. It's very casual, even slangy, fine with friends, but not in a business meeting.
Good point. And definitely avoid, I want food now. That's very impolite and demanding. You wouldn't say that to, anyone really. It sounds like a toddler.
Exactly. And then, I'm dying. This is highly ambiguous. You could be dying of thirst or boredom or sadness. It doesn't specify hunger. It's better to be precise. So instead of I'm dying, say, I'm really hungry. Shall we eat? Or I'm getting irritable without food.
Those are much clearer and more polite. Now, for those of you studying for language exams like IELTS or TOEFL, there's some advanced vocabulary that can really boost your score. For instance, peckish.
Peckish. That means only slightly hungry, right? Like, I'm feeling a bit peckish, maybe just a small snack. It's a lovely, subtle word.
Yeah, not famished, just a little hungry. Then there's voracious, which describes a huge appetite. You could say, he has a voracious appetite, meaning he eats a lot.
That's a great descriptive adjective. And then, unfortunately, two more serious terms related to hunger: malnourished, meaning lacking nutrition, and nutrient deprived, which also means lacking essential nutrients. These are usually used in a more clinical or serious discussion about health and food.
Yes, those are more for academic or serious discussions about health and food. Finally, let's touch on some common and natural expressions to use right before meals. Simple, but effective.
Like, when's dinner? Very straightforward, often used by, kids, but adults too. Or, is it time to eat?
And what's for dinner is another super common one. When the food arrives or you're about to start, you can say, let's dig in.
Oh, let's dig in. That's really enthusiastic, isn't it? It means let's start eating. And the classic, often heard from the person who's prepared the meal, dinner is served.
Yep, a very formal but also common phrase to announce the meal is ready. So there you have it, everyone, a whole range of phrases to replace I'm hungry and sound much more like a native speaker.
Absolutely. The takeaway here is to use context-appropriate phrases. Learn these idioms for exams if you're taking them, and just try to avoid repeating I'm hungry all the time. Using these natural and fluent options will really make a difference in your everyday conversations.
Couldn't agree more, Mark. So that wraps up episode 9 of English Podcast Time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
We hope you found this episode really helpful for your English journey. Keep practicing these new phrases, and we'll catch you next time on English Podcast Time.
Bye for now.
See ya.